Good morning to everyone. Let us discuss about the physical theories of ascent of SAP. I am P.B. Mallikarjuna, Associate Professor, Government Festival College, Lanka, Bangalore. Uh, in the last session, we have discussed about what is ascent of SAP. Ascent of SAP is the translocation of water and dissolved mineral ions, and it occurs from the roots to the different aerial parts through the xylem. Tracheids and vessels are the major tracheary elements which are involving in this process, and this process is takes place against a gravitational force. And this, in order to explain the mechanism ascent of SAP, three important types of theories have been proposed, namely the vital theories, root pressure theory, and physical theories. According to vital theories, the living tissue of the xylem is involved in the translocation of water. According to root pressure theory, the occurrence of negative pressure in the root region is responsible for the translocation of water. And coming to the physical theories, three important physical theories we are going to discuss in this session, namely the capillary force theory, imbibition force theory, atmospheric pressure theory. Ascent of SAP is the physiological process that occurs in plants wherein the translocation of water and dissolved mineral ions from the root to the various aerial parts such as stem, branches, leaves takes place through the xylem. Further, this process occurs against the gravitational force, as I already told you, and it is due to the differential pressure gradient occurrence across the plant body. Well, the tracheids and vessels, which are dead cells of the xylem, are mainly involved in the translocation of water. So, according to physical theories of the ascent of SAP, the dead cells like tracheids and vessels are involved in the ascent of SAP, and also the physical factors like negative hydrostatic pressure is involved in the translocation of water. Four important theories are there, namely capillary force theory, imbibition theory, atmospheric pressure theory, and cohesion tension theory. Among these four, in this session, we are going to discuss about the first three, namely capillary force theory, imbibition theory, and atmospheric pressure theory. Capillary force theory was actually proposed by Boehm in 1809. According to this theory, the water ascends in the xylem vessels due to the capillary action. This is because the xylem vessels are quite thin, like capillary tubes, exerting cohesion and adhesion of water molecules, generally termed as surface capillarity. The upward movement will continue until the forces of adhesion and cohesion are balanced with the gravitational force. However, it has proved that through the capillary force, the water can ascend to a very small distance. Further, it cannot be applicable for tall trees. Objections for this theory are the value of capillarity is very small. It can raise the water to a height of 1 meter in vessels of a normal diameter having of 0.03 millimeter. Therefore, if operational, it will be useful only to small plants. That means herbaceous plants. Capillarity develops only when the tube dips in the container of water. However, the xylem vessel are not directly connected with soil water. Capillarity cannot be operating in plants having tracheids such as in pteridophytes and gymnosperms due to the presence of end walls. Coming to the second theory called imbibition theory, which was proposed by Unger in 1868 and supported by Sachs 1878. According to this theory, the water ascends due to the imbibition forces through the walls of xylem, tracheids, and vessels. However, the lumen or cavities of trachea elements have no role in ascent of sap. The major objection for this is that if the lumen of tracheids and vessels are blocked with wax, the ascent of sap is stopped and thereby wilting of the leaves has been observed. The atmospheric pressure theory, according to third one is the atmospheric pressure theory. According to this theory, the atmospheric pressure is responsible for the ascent of sap in plants. It is believed that the active transpiration creates vacuum in the tissue, and with the result, water is forced below to equalize the pressure. Objections for this atmospheric pressure theory are that for the operation of atmospheric pressure, the lower end of the column should be free or open. However, this is not found in plants because the xylem elements do not directly open into the soil water. It cannot uplift the water in tall trees having heights more than 10 meters. Further, there is no vacuum in the upper ends of the plants. To sum up this session, ascent of sap is the translocation of water through the tracheal elements of the xylem from the root to leaf. Physical theories which explains the mechanism of ascent of sap are capillary theory, imbibition theory, atmospheric pressure theory. Okay, according to capillary theory, the vessels are like very small in size and involving in the translocation of water. According to imbibition theory, the tracheary elements walls are involving in the translocation of water. According to atmospheric pressure theory, the atmospheric pressure is uplifting the water in the plant spot. So with this, I'm concluding this session.